Statue.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news. And on today's show...
The Alien franchise takes a dark descent, Marvel's Most Wanted are bound for the silver screen, and there's still a little bit left of The Last of Us.
But as you know, here at Model Behaviour, action figures always come first.
Or sometimes not at all.
So let's talk about them. Shall we? Yeah. First up, a brand new line from Boss Fight Studios, Saurozoic Warriors. Now, this is straight up 1980s childhood nostalgia. Those are the words I was trying to say. This is animated cartoons, Ninja Turtles, Street Sharks, Brave Star, all of these. And particularly there's one dinosaur one, which there's completely is like the same as, but I can't think of the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. These look really, really good. Also, I'll say it right away, $30 each. All right, so pretty much in line with your more high-end Marvel Legends or your NECA, right in that kind of sweet spot. $30, that always hurts a little bit actually, but look at what you're getting with these guys. It's another piece of great creativity. Because there's no license that they have to kind of adhere to, they can just kind of do what they want to completely remaster our childhoods and sell them back to us. And I'm fine with that, because it's just everything that we loved with our goofy 80s and 90s action figures where they're toyetic, cartoony, anthropomorphic animals with guns. Like, what's cooler than a dinosaur with a machine gun? If there is something cooler, I'd like to see it, because it just looks so fun and bonkers, and also these are going to fit in beautifully with your NECA Turtles or the Earthworm Jim figures coming out soon. You can really mash these up with so many different lines because they're all 6-inch scale, and these look like big, chunky boys as well. Like, you're gonna feel like you've got a decent hefty action figure in your hand. And you just take a look at the pictures, and like, the first thing I noticed was the scales, the actual dinosaur kind of hide. Like, it's all textured, and it just looks like a lot of work has gone into these. And that's nice when you don't have to pay a license fee. Then you just put all of that money into making the coolest looking action figures possible, and these look pretty cool. So we don't have a release date yet, but it's going to be $29.99, as I said. And also, when we find out when they're coming out, I'll let you know. Of course, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, all those usual places, they're going to be stocking them most likely, but I'm really excited to see where this line goes. I've been commenting on this damn video game for long enough. Finally, Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is hitting consoles on June 16th. Yeah. Oh, finally, I'm so excited to play this. It just looks amazing. They did a final trailer where they showed us that you can play as Casey Jones as well. So now you've got the 4 Turtles plus Splinter plus April and Casey. And apparently you can play local 6-player co-op, which is bonkers. I think 2 is the maximum number that I could probably handle playing on screen at the same time. Cannot wait to get my hands on this game. And if you want to really go all in, there is the Radical Pack that you can get that has so many extras, including in particular a nice little retro vintage Shredder figure, which looks kind of fun. Totally the same design as the classic 80s one with nice new paint deco and all that sort of thing. He looks great. But then also they've got like a little mini arcade machine that will play the trailer to the game. That's crazy. They got VHS style boxes. They got pizza coupons. All sorts of things. So if you're going to splash $200 on something, why not make it this? But yeah, come June 16th, I'm going to be playing this game a lot. Might be a quiet day for the channel. And speaking of Ninja Turtles, PCS Studios are showing off their 1/4 scale Krang Statue. Now, you know I cover statues on here, even though I don't collect them myself, just because sometimes I just want to show off how gorgeous they look. And this looks absolutely beautiful. I've always loved the bonkers, ridiculous, stupid design of Krang. This alien brain inside a mech that it's piloting. I I love that. And this has captured it perfectly straight from the cartoon. Like, it feels so cartoony. But then it's almost like if Pixar did Ninja Turtles. Like, they took that design and then kind of like in Chip and Dale, where Dale gets the 3D treatment. That's what it feels like they've done with Krang. Totally off the cartoon, but then just made to look so, so cool. Well, my arm is trapped beneath Piglet now. I'm going to gesticulate with the right hand. So this looks beautiful. It should be, because it is expensive. Let me give you the prices. So there's the basic statue for $880, but then you can get the deluxe one for $930, which comes with a separate Krang on his little tripod kind of stand. So if you want to go all in, you could get both of them, or the deluxe one together is what it is. I don't think I would want that, because headcanon, I wouldn't want Krang standing next to Krang. I'm like, well, who are you then? A Krang clone? That doesn't make any sense. I suppose I could always put it somewhere else in the house. I'm talking like I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. That's nearly $1,000. I can't afford that. But for anyone who can, this looks amazing. Super 7 have revealed for their reaction line their Ghost Ferratu figure, which is from the lore of the rock band Ghost. I don't know, I've never heard of the rock band Ghost. It's not to say they're not a huge multinational rock band, I just don't have my finger on any kind of musical pulse. But looks very theatrical, looks very fun. As you know from my rant about vintage retro looking figures, it's not my cup of tea, but actually I've come to realize I get it now. Like, I genuinely get it. I can see the appeal of these beautiful kind of retro kitsch pop art type figures. So I understand now. I used to mock, but now I get it. So it looks kind of cool. Doesn't mean anything to me, but so the write-up says that the collaboration between Super 7 and Rock's most mysterious band Ghost continues with the new Ghost Ferratu glow-in-the-dark 3.75-inch reaction figure. Inspired by the cover art from the band's 2013 If You Have Ghost EP, the Ghost Ferratu figure is glow-in-the-dark translucent blue on a beautiful foil-embossed crucifix card, available now at Super 7. Speaking of retro figures, the ObiWan Kenobi retro Star Wars figures are available now for pre-order. And again, I'm happy to say, I get it. Okay, I see if you collected the Kenner Star Wars figures back in the 70s and 80s, it is really cool to see brand new contemporary designs devolved to how they would look back in the day. Like, I don't know why I'm explaining to you why it's cool. You know why it's cool, but I just had like a little light bulb moment, what the alcoholics might call a moment of clarity, where I was like, I get it now. Okay, this is kind of fun. So you've got Darth Vader, of course, and there's been a bit of controversy about his red eyes. Disney, since they took over, they're like, Darth Vader has slightly red eyes, and I'm fine with that. I don't have any skin in the game. I think he looks kind of fun. Then, of course, you've got Obi-Wan as well with his Tatooine bathrobe, which is, you know, that's kind of nice. Got the beard as well. Someone did a side-by-side comparison of all the characters from Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope, how they've aged like 50 years actor-wise in the 20 years of Star Wars continuity. And it's like, man, that Tatooine sun's going to put some city miles on you. But you've got Obi-Wan then, and then you've got the Inquisitor, and also, as well as him, you've got one of the brothers. I forget, the one with the hats. Someone posted a very funny meme of this figure, just saying, Darth Vader says it's my turn to play on the Xbox. Because that's what I saw when I was watching Obi-Wan. It's like, they are just bickering children. The fact they're called brothers and sisters, it's like, I don't know, it just makes me chuckle. But yeah, these are up for order now, so go get them. We've got more pictures up of the DC McFarlane Multiverse Crime Syndicate Superwoman figure. Managed to recite all of that without looking down at my notes. We've already spoken about this figure, just wanted to show off some more pictures. She comes with like the bulk part of Starro, and that big starfish guy, he does look really cool. If Anywhere is selling him complete as a Build-A-Figure, make a great Doctor Strange prop piece. That would be a great little mystical creature he could be fighting. Just saying, not going to want to buy an entire McFarlane wave just to get that, but he does look cool. And you got like the smaller Starro as well, that's pretty wicked. The more I'm looking at different sort of joints and the way that McFarlane toys are made, the less I start to like them. It was pointed out to me after the last Good News that the Black Adam figure I was gushing over is actually 2 different Black Adam figures. One with the cape, one with the lightning. And I'm like, that's not quite so good. And then some really clever dude photoshopped a picture of The Rock as Black Adam and changed his proportions to look like a McFarlane figure. And it's like, ooh, yeah, that doesn't look right, does it? So I'm kind of like, I'm losing a bit of love for McFarlane figures just by analyzing them a bit more. But still, if you're after the DC McFarlane Multiverse Crime Syndicate Wonder Woman, just thought I'd battle that off again just to show off, because I have a longer short-term memory than a goldfish, then you can pre-order her now. From Target. 3-0 have shown more pictures of their Valiant Studios Bloodshot figure, this time with a little t-shirt, and I still don't like it. I feel like the t-shirt doesn't look like it fits very well. It looks like it kind of just sits over him. It doesn't look very taut. I mean, if I had a body like that dude, I'd be wearing a t-shirt that looks positively painted on. This looks like a Christmas Gansey that he might be wearing that his grandma knitted him. So, I don't know, 3-0, you make some badass 1/6 scale figures in your Transformers, but this 1/12 scale, I don't know. I'm not convinced yet, guys. You might need to just tweak the formula a little bit. Back to formula, but I don't know. Maybe when we get more pictures, more reviews, this figure might move up in my estimation. Who knows? Diamond Select have shown some images of just some new pieces, not action figures, but busts, statues. I like to cover them a little bit, mainly because they are quite pretty. So first of all, we got the Crow. The Crow looking super cool. I'm a big Crow fan. Child of the 90s? Yeah, you better believe I grew up, I was gonna say idolizing the Crow. I didn't idolize the Crow. I enjoyed the movie and the comic book as well. So yeah, Crow's always got a special place in my heart. Then Storm Shadow, wicked. I remember I ordered the G.I. Joe Classified Storm Shadow from Hasbro Pulse. That was a long time ago, Hasbro. A long time ago, when other people are going to be getting theirs, like Spirit and Crocmaster. Let me check my watch. Oh yeah, still waiting on those. And also, Diamond Select have showed off their Green Goblin bust, and that just looks cool. Love pumpkins, love the Halloween-y aesthetic. I really, really like what they've done here. I've actually already got a Green Goblin bust. Pretty much the only bust I have. I've got a Spider-Man and a Green Goblin, and they both look awesome, and so does this one. Super 7 has something to appease their toxic fandom, and yes, that's a good thing because they are teasing more Toxic Crusaders figures. You didn't know where I was going to go there. You thought I was going to go left, and then I went right. Just when you think you know the answers, I changed the questions. So all they did was show a single picture of a very, very cartoony looking vat of toxic waste. So any characters from the Toxic Crusaders, I never watched that cartoon because even as a kid I was like, it's kind of gross and lowbrow, isn't it? I'm going to go watch Ninja Turtles. So if you did watch that cartoon, then as a child, I would have judged you. But still, I'm sure they're going to make some fun-looking action figures when they reveal more. I'll let you know.
And listen up now, you maggots. G.I. Joe are getting Sgt Slaughter, and now you got some more pictures to go with him, and that's a statement.
And it's a good-looking statement with a good-looking figure. I like that it seems that they've actually given him, unless it's not just a random prop they threw in, it must be with the figure, a little Sgt Slaughter card-back figure that he could hold in his hand like,
I'm an action figure. That's an order.
No, Sarge, that's an action figure.
All right.
I really think that this guy looks cool. Honestly, I think he looks better than the Valaverse one. I genuinely do. This looks like a great looking Sgt Slaughter. I'm definitely gonna get him. At first I was like, I'll just keep the Valaverse one. No. G.I. Joe, well done. Hasbro once again, classifieds, you're getting my money. Speaking of classifieds getting my money, we have more pictures of the new Snake Eyes Timber 2 pack, and dang it, I do not need this, but I want it. Just because this Snake Eyes looks like the Snake Eyes that just is so much more interesting. I love the cool, sleek black design, but when you start throwing a little bit of militaristic type colors in there, it makes the whole thing pop and come to life. I think that looks really, really cool. So, kind of torn, kind of taken by this. What I'm hoping is, I'm not going to pre-order it. All right, because these G.I. Joe 2-packs and like the vehicles, they tend to be warming some shelves sometimes. So I'm hoping that this will go down in price and then I might just pick it up a little bit cheaply. Or will I be sobbing into my cereal when it's all sold out and trebles in price? Who knows? I'm excited to find out. Valorverse have shown more images of their Action Force Series 3 figures. And there's a couple of interesting ones, totally female-led, which actually is really, really cool. I said, like, with a bit of a caveat, just a couple of interesting ones, because, yeah, there's only one in particular that really jumps out at me. But still, they look like your typical Valorverse high-end figures with loads of accessories, separate pieces, pockets, pouches, jackets, vests, all that kind of stuff. So the quality is there, just whether or not it hits my sweet spot. I need a bit more character to my characters. That's what I found from my first wave of Valorverse figures I got. I was blown away by the quality of them, but they just looked a bit too generic army people. And these ladies look awesome, but they also look a bit too generic army people. I mean, a couple of them that are supposed to look generic. They're like army builder, troop type people. The only one that I'm really into, I think, is Pandora. She totally looks like she'd be a dreadnought for Cobra and whatnot. So that one, I might have to get that one because she's got more character to her. Bit more comic booky, bit more fun. The other ones, they look cool, but just like generic military people. And I need something to be a little bit sillier for me. Not lowbrow, not Toxic Crusaders silly, but just cartoony enough that it'll hit that sweet spot. Over in movie news, a Thunderbolts movie, which has been long time rumored for the MCU, has finally sort of begun production. This is like rumors that are coming in from various sources, but it's enough. It's been reported in enough places. It's not just like, oh, Brian down the pub says that he saw this on Twitter. No. This is like, it's a happening. And apparently the team is going to be comprised of, I might be wrong here, but there's Black Widow's sister. Is it Yelena? There's Yelena, Abomination, US Agent, Zemo. I forget. But either way, it's a freaking Thunderbolts movie. My biggest hope is that we get Sam Rockwell back as Justin Hammer, because he is one of my favorite actors. The dude just has funny bones, so charismatic. I wouldn't say he was underutilized in Iron Man 2, but he was lost in Iron Man 2 because that movie generally was a bit of a mess. I'd love to see him get another go around as Justin Hammer, but still, the rest of that cast being led up by not Victoria Hand, but you know, the lady from the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Her. It's going to be a really good time. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but whenever it comes around, I'm looking forward to this. A poster has been shown for Masters of the Universe Revolution. Because let's face it, Masters of the Universe Revelations was such a universally beloved show that it makes sense to do a sequel. Of course, I'm kidding. I personally really enjoyed it. I got a real kick out of Revelations. I had a good time, but it was split. Audiences were definitely split on that one. I thought it was awesome. Can't wait to see where they go with this second sequel series, especially kind of bringing in Hordak. The fact that Evelyn is such a well fleshed out character now. Skeletor's still Skeletoring. He-Man, hopefully, I was disappointed that He-Man didn't have a more prominent role in the first season. So if they can bring him a bit more to the front, that would be great. But then Teela's still doing her thing. I really like what they've established with the first season of Masters of the Universe. So more of that going forward, fleshing out more characters, bringing more people to the forefront. I'm so down for this. I really want to see it. You can color me genuinely excited. Rob Zombie has released a trailer, or at least a teaser trailer, for his Monsters movie. And this looks weird, but I'm kind of interested. At first, they were just kind of recreating the opening of the Munsters where they kind of all walk out of the house. And I was thinking, genuinely, I was sort of thinking, okay, well, now what? And then literally, that's what they said. They had the three of them sitting on a couch and the grandpa turns to them and he's like, so now what? I was like, oh, right, okay, so this seems kind of self-aware and a bit weird. I'm not a big Rob Zombie fan, but because it's just he's a bit too kind of gruesome for me, to be honest, a bit too nihilistic. But if this like has a sort of a self-awareness and like we're doing the Munsters, but it's 2022, what are we doing now? I could be very interested. a new trailer has been released for Marvel's Midnight Suns video game. And this sort of shows really what the game is going to be like. And it's a full-on turn-based strategy fighting kind of thing. I'll say it now, this is not my wheelhouse. This, with my dyslexia and ADHD, I saw it and it gave me a headache looking at all the different cards and stats and numbers and oh, no. I can't play those games. I just can't. I get too confused, which is a shame because it does look kind of cool. The trailer shows that basically a bunch of heroes have been corrupted by this demonic looking lady and the Marvel heroes have got to team up to stop her. And that looks kind of fun. And also I was griping originally that it's a shame that they've got all these recognizable heroes in unrecognizable costumes. They're all in this yellow and gold sort of variations of their suits. But I saw in the gameplay, they are in their original suits too. So I guess it's like armor upgrades and buffs and all sorts of things you can do. So yeah, it's good to see a more fleshed out version of Midnight Suns. This ain't for me, but it is going to be for a lot of people. So yeah, let's see how this goes. The Last of Us Part 1 remake has got its official trailer, which was unofficially leaked. Basically, it was released too early by mistake by someone. But still, it's up there, and it's kind of what I was sort of expecting for a Last of Us remake, and I'm kind of happy that it's not more than that. They've literally just taken all the original game and made it look super pretty for the PS5, and I'm guessing, hopefully, tweaked how it plays. I'm sure it will play like the PS2, what am I saying? It'll play like The Last of Us 2, but just telling the original story. So when I first heard they were remaking it, I was like, why? Like, surely they're not going to re-film with different actors, like, because the performances were perfect. And they're not. It looks like it's all exactly the same. Performances, motion capture, designs, brilliant. I'm so happy with that. If they just take the original game, which was a freaking masterpiece, and just make it look and play like a modern 2022 game, that's all I could want. That will make me purchase the game for a third time and play through it for goodness only knows what number time that will be. Me personally though, it's coming out in September and I'm really excited for it. Aliens Dark Descent has been announced for 2023 and this has my attention. Looks like kind of a 3/4 angle Diablo style top-down shooter but with aliens. That kind of just like, that could be a sweet spot for me there. I love a good kind of run and gun, bullet hell kind of game. There was one I used to play way back on the original PlayStation called, was it called Fully Loaded or something? It was a real grim, gruesome game. I played a character called Cap in Hands, that was it. I'll get back to you on that, but it rings a nostalgia bell. But I'm digressing. Aliens Dark Descent looks really encouraging. We don't know if it's going to be a good game, but it looks like there could be the nucleus of a good game, and that's enough to get my attention sort of focused. Bring on 2023. I would love to play some fun Aliens games. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. What did you think about the stories covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond and supporting the channel, you can do. Either by going to patreon.com/displaying model behavior, toss a couple of bucks my way and you can watch all the exclusive videos on there. Or you can stay right here on YouTube, grab yourself a channel membership. You can watch those exclusive videos too. And whenever we do live streams, I can see when you comment, you're a channel member, boom. And I'm like, thanks, man, I appreciate it. And every time you do get a channel membership, little Piglet, she's like, thank you for getting a channel membership. It makes me so very happy. All right, good girl, Piggy. Do you think they should get a channel membership and subscribe on Patreon? Yes, I think that's the best way to show love for the channel. Well, there you go. You can't argue with that. I mean, look at her. Adorable. All right, sausage, down you go. So guys, thanks very much for watching. How was that for emotional manipulation? All right, good girl. Mwah. So until next time, there's no way I can do this. Keep displaying model behavior. Not even close. Not even close. Good girl. All right, let's take you home. Come on. Oh, I know.
Cup of coffee. Big time